Sports TV is presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. By Riverwind Resort, still the one. By Pizza Hut, no one out-pizzas the Hut. By OU Extended Campus, degrees online, on campus, on your schedule. Become the tradition. And by Red Carpet Charters, the official motor coach carrier of OU Athletics.
Welcome back to John Crane Field. Tie game 1-1 between Cal and the Sooners after the first half of play. Sophomore Emma Ledbetter has an interesting connection with Oklahoma women's basketball head coach Sherry Cole. It was when Emma tore her ACL twice that she looked to a current, former now Sooner basketball player in Maddie Manning for inspiration.
Ever since I was a little girl, I just knew I wanted to be a Sooner. All my family are Sooner fans, and it's just being so close to here. My family can come support, and you know, I can still watch my sisters grow up and stuff like that, so I always knew that I wanted to come here.
Sooner born, Sooner bred. Sophomore midfielder Emma Ledbetter dreamt of playing soccer on John Crane Field. Those dreams, however, were challenged when she tore her ACL her freshman year of high school. A month after the recovery, Ledbetter tore her other ACL. During peak recruiting years, this second tear was a disaster.
It's pretty difficult. It was being out when they really recruit was kind of hard.
It was devastating, and she'll tell you it was hard, but it was devastating just to have her livelihood taken away from her, and just to watch her, you know, not have that. And so it was a struggle. She'd worked so hard to get back the first time, and then the second time it was just, she's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to play in college. I mean, does anyone play in college with 2 ACLs?
Kara Ledbetter, Emma's mother, had a special contact, one who she played basketball for at Edmond Memorial High School.
Kara was really what I would call my first kid. Like, as a coach, when you start in this business, you'll find that one kid that really listens to you or that you really invest in. I was an assistant high school coach, and she was a potential post player, and I just sort of took her under my wing, or maybe put her in a headlock sometimes. She became my focus.
She played for Sherry Cole in high school and just loves her to death, talks so highly of her, and she's just such an inspiring woman, well-rounded. My mom she just loves her, idolizes her.
Oklahoma women's basketball head coach knew exactly who Emma Ledbetter should talk to regarding 2 ACL injuries. Maddie Manning, a guard for OU.
I have an athlete who has been through something like that. It's just a different level. I mean, one injury is enough, but to have the same injury almost back-to-back is just, it's almost hard to comprehend. And so my heart was very soft to that. And Kara zipped me a text and said, you know, we've had a really unfortunate accident here, and this is what's going on. And I said, well, I happen to have my own unfortunate accident here. If Maddie could ever be any sort of impact or inspiration or just a connection point for Emma, I would love to offer that up. And so they came down, and Maddie spent some time with Emma, which I so appreciate. And I think the two of them, just as much as anything, you just sit in a room with somebody else who's been in the position you're in, and there's a connection that none of the rest of us who are sitting around could understand. We could talk all we wanted, but we didn't feel the way either one of them has felt.
That kind of just gave me hope to, you know, keep going, keep following my dreams, and, you know, come to OU and be here and get it done.
I could tell that, you know, she thought that this was possible, you know, and so when anything's possible with Emma, she'll make it happen. That's just the way she is, and so she definitely made it happen.
Kara Ledbetter went on to become an English teacher just to be more like Sherry Cole. And Emma Ledbetter went on to play soccer for the Sooners on the field, like Maddie Manning did on the court. All of this to show how powerful a dream and a human connection can be.
I can't even believe it. Like, when I see her on the field and she's doing so well, and, you know, just a few years ago, she didn't think she was even going to play in college. And so she's really, she's a remarkable person and player.
Just being on that field here at OU is just, you know, second to none. So it's been amazing so far.
Sherry Cole told me she was absolutely shocked when she found out that Kara Ledbetter went on to be an English teacher because she did not like school growing up. Don't go away. We'll be back with analysis in the second half after this.
Sooner Sports TV is presented by Anheuser-Busch, OU Medicine, OU Extended Campus, Landers Auto Group, Devon Energy, and Coca-Cola.
Barkeep, Bud Lights for everyone.
Actually, I prefer an iced mead.
Barkeep, Bud Lights for everyone and a mead.
Is it autumnal?
Bud Lights for everyone and one autumnal mead.
Is it malty and full-bodied? Because I like malt.
Cancel that mead.
Bud Light, for the many, not the few.
Friday is closer than you think. That's because Pizza Hut delivers the good times anytime. Whether you're craving classics like pepperoni or just looking to mix it up, it's never been easier to bring everyone to the table. And it's all delivered right to your door because no one out-pizzas the Hut. The only thing better than pizza is free Pizza Hut pizza. And only Hut Rewards lets you earn free pizza faster than ever by giving you points on every dollar you spend online. You can earn a free pizza in as little as one order. Sign up today at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Sooner Sports TV is brought to you by Riverwind Resort, still the one. Taco Mayo, fresh ingredients, built to order. Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. Sooner Sports TV personalities' wardrobe is provided by Threads Menswear and Blush on Campus Corner. Hair and makeup provided by Studio Zen. There's Jemani McNeese from the OU men's basketball team in the crowd today watching the Sooners and the Cal Golden Bears. They are knotted at 1-1 at the intermission, and your halftime numbers are presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Golden Bears outshoot the Sooners 5-4. Oklahoma, it felt like, had the upper hand for the final 30 minutes of the first half, Molly, but they give up a goal in the final 5 seconds. So what might that do for the dynamic of this game?
I think if anything, that goal being scored, especially in the last second, that's not something that's going to sit well with this Sooner team, and it likely probably made them really angry. So I think coming out from halftime, they just need to channel that anger and put it in the form of creating opportunities, a lot of opportunities on goal, exploiting that wide space, and just keep going at it.
We have a change in the official scoring here at halftime as the Cal goal has been credited to Emma Treasure. So Emma Treasure, just her second career shot, and she gets her first career goal. That was after Haley Davidson scored the initial goal of the contest for the Sooners in the 29th minute. Second half begins after the break. Sooners and the Cal Golden Bears are tied at 1. You're watching Sooner Soccer presented by Bud Light.
It's in the heartbeat, it's in the real thing. You can't make it up. It's in your soul deep. It's in the stars, the stripes, this dirt on my feet. The way I love my woman and the way she loved for me. It's in the heartbeat.
Geico, more than just car insurance.
One is our score as we begin the second half in Norman. Alongside former Sooner Molly Ritchie, I am Chad McKee. Oklahoma getting a goal in the 29th minute from Haley Davidson, assisted by Marissa McMahon, and then Emma Treasure with what had to be less than a second left in the first half. Able to get her first goal of the season for the Cal Golden Bears. First career goal, in fact, for Emma Treasure. It'll be the Sooners with the first touch to start half number 2. So we played a first half where Oklahoma had the better of it. But Cal has to feel pretty good because they didn't have that many opportunities. they took advantage of it, and now this thing is all even, Molly.
Right. You definitely have to give this Cal team a lot of credit. That was really a really cool goal that they scored, being the last couple seconds of the game. And I think the Sooners were just not prepared. What I liked about the Sooners is their endeavor to go up a goal and get that goal, do the work, and then even their endeavor to continue to really dominate the game for the most part. But these are the moments, these last couple of seconds in the game, and especially on set pieces, those are the moments that the Sooners have to be prepared to play. And I think at that moment when Cal scored, they were already kind of heading towards the locker room almost. So it's just an adjustment. I mean, not a big deal because the Sooners have controlled the game. But yes, a lot of credit to Cal for execution on such a crucial set piece.
Cal has possession. Caroline Clark into the midfield area. Up to get it is Paige Mateer. Now Anya Kohler with it, working it to the right side at midfield for Abina Adu. Adu touches one toward the Sooner side. Oklahoma able to steal, but right back to Cal it goes, and Kohler again. Kohler sweeps it out. Mateer up the left flank. Mateer inside the Sooner 18 box. Mateer gets a return pass, squeezes off a shot, ricochets off of Paige Welch. Cal keeps it. Sent in by Kohler. Cleared by Paige Welch again. And now McMahon sends it toward midfield, and Rivas. Aggressive tackle as Rivas went down. As Mateer got to that ball and won it for Cal. Here's Clark. Losing it off her foot. McMahon for the Sooners to midfield for Rivas. And now Dow strikes one toward Christina O'Donnell, who brings it down and then loses it. O'Donnell lost it to Caroline Clark. But then Dow takes it right back. Dow sends a ball toward the 18 box, trying to find Rivas at the other end.
And a good decision by Dow. I really like her idea to kind of just shoot it forward and see if it can get to Rivas. It just needs that ball needs a little bit more air on it when you're trying to find Rivas, to try to make it hold up a little bit once it bounces. But really good recognition of Dow to switch it up. Instead of going out wide, she kind of thinks of that pass is going straight through the center of the field.
Niles has it for Cal, working her way up the left sideline, but has it kicked out by Paige Welch. These teams play in two of the tougher soccer conferences in the country. You could probably argue the Pac-12 the best in the country. You look at the up-to-date standings in the Big 12. Sooners sitting there after their win on Friday night. But look at TCU, Texas, and Kansas. Oklahoma State beat this Cal team back on Friday night. As you had Baylor getting a shutout of Arizona State. West Virginia got another win. They've had such a difficult early part of their schedule, but beat Clemson 2-1 on Friday. Texas beat Texas State. TCU with a blanking of Little Rock. TCU sitting at 6-0-1. They have 6 shutouts on the season.
And really just all around such a strong showing for the Big 12 this year. And it's weird to see West Virginia just sitting there in 8th place. It's just not a spot that they're typically in. So that just goes to show how much power there is in the Big 12 this year.
And of course the Pac-12 with top-ranked defending national champ Stanford sitting 5-0. But 5 other ranked teams. UCLA is 7. USC is 6. USC's allowed 1 goal this season. And then you have Arizona and Colorado and Washington State all ranked in the top 25. So these leagues are loaded. I think the thing about the Big 12 is there are some teams that have not been at the top of the standings or near the top that are up there this year. And it is a super deep league. Cal throw in over on the far side in front of the Oklahoma bench. Intercepted by the Sooners' Kaylee Dow.
And with both of these leagues being so deep this year, that's what makes these pre-conference games so important. These are kind of must-win situations for both teams so that they can go into conference kind of with a little bit of a buffer in case they are playing these stronger teams. They're going to have to expect maybe a couple of outcomes that they don't want. So really a necessary win for both of these teams today.
And give both of these coaches credit. Matt Potter for the Sooners, never going to back away from playing a very difficult schedule. They've done that, as has Cal. Cal, with the difficulty of the Pac-12, you don't have to play that difficult of non-conference games, but they do anyway. Here's a shot from outside the 18 box taken by Abby Kim and played on a hop by McKinley Crone. 1-1 as we are now about 5.5 minutes into the second half. McKinley Crone drop kicks it across midfield. Havala claims it for the Sooners. And now McMahon toward Rivas. Rivas has it taken by Emily Smith. Sooners gain it again, though. Havala over toward Emma Ledbetter on the left side of midfield.
And I like what Coach Potter said at halftime. He said Sundays are necessary days to win, games to win. And really today especially is important for the Sooners because this is an opportunity where the Sooners could go 500 on the season.
O'Donnell plays one into Davidson. Davidson across the goal box, but nobody was home. And it's taken away by Emily Smith. Paige Welch. It's a cleared ball out at midfield. Sends it toward McMahon. And now circling back to get it is Fong for Cal. Paige Mateer got her first start of the season for Cal today. She has it near midfield for the Golden Bears. Now Christina O'Donnell comes in, steals it from behind. Rivas tries from the 18 box and a save by Zodikov. Golden Bears weren't paying attention there. O'Donnell just came in and took it. And that allowed the Rivas shot to get away.
And that's not something you want to do. You don't want to lose the ball to Rivas, especially in the box. A really good opportunity and a good job by O'Donnell to pounce on that and just kind of shoot it forward towards Rivas. And really such a dangerous opportunity for the Sooners there.
Well, ball played deep into the Sooners' left corner. Kim tracks it down, and Smith kicks it out of bounds from behind for the Sooners. It'll be a Cal throw-in. Cal with 7 shots. Sooners have taken 5. McKinley Crone has 4 saves for Oklahoma. And in her second career start, Amanda Zodikov has made 3 saves for the Golden Bears. Rivas able to get that shot away, and Meg has more on Ivana Rivas. Meg?
Yeah, Ivana Rivas scored her 4th goal of the season on Friday, and Sooner keeper McKinley Crone, who practices with her every single day, said her touches are clinical this season, and they have a feel on what she has to do every single day to find the back of the net, and that's how she's found success here so far this season, Chad.
Thank you, Meg. A player that has seized the opportunity, and her hard work has rubbed off on her teammates, says the coaching staff.
And clinical really is a good choice of word for Rivas because that's what she is. Anytime she's in the box, in the attacking half, in the Sooners attacking, in the attacking half, she's clinical. Her first touch is always perfect, and it always sets her up to have a really good shot off.
Out of bounds off the Sooners at midfield. Cal gets the throw in. Sooners took it back for a moment, but now the Golden Bears organize an attack. On the foot of Niled. Niled sends one into the Sooner 18 box, but offsides as she was able to come and get it was Kohler. Just behind the Sooner defense. I beg your pardon, that was Mateer who got behind the Sooners, but offside.
I'll be right back.
So Crone will take this free kick. 35-35 remaining in the second half. Paige Welch comes to get it at midfield for the Sooners. Now McMahon. Cal regains it with Fong. Right back to the Sooners it comes, though. Ledbetter is the first to reach it, and she'll drop it back to Crone, the keeper. McKinley Crone, ball at her feet now, driving one across to the other side of the field. Ledbetter sending it toward the Cal goal. Rivas trying to reach it. It was cleared briefly by Emily Smith, but O'Donnell came in to get it. She has it knocked away from her. Now Fong at midfield. Funnels one ahead for Niled. Niled right side of the Sooner 18 box, sends it across, and Olivia Smith is there to kick it away out of bounds as it nearly found Abby Kim right outside the Sooner goal box.
And again, a good play by Olivia Smith there. And she doesn't do too much with the ball. I would have liked to see her not played out for a corner kick, but sometimes that's just what you have to do. I think she was probably a little bit nervous with Kim running on. But again, a good play by Smith to be in that position, getting herself there and clearing the ball.
Miranda Nile takes a corner kick from the far post for the Golden Bears, driving it in front of the Sooner goal box. It soars too tall for Kohler's head, all the way across the 18 box. Mateer has it for Cal. Paige Welch able to fend her off and take it. And now Welch kicks it. It's deflected out of bounds by Mateer. Mateer might have been better off to let Paige Welch kick that ball out of bounds. So a Sooner throw in deep in their own end. Olivia Smith will take it. O'Donnell drives it out toward midfield. Cal organizing up the right flank with Devin Lozano on the ball. Lozano's pass ahead to Niled. Now Emma Weston. Niled came to get it. And Ledbetter drives it clear toward midfield.
Go left! Go left!
At what point in this game, Molly, does fatigue begin to set in? We played 2 matches within a span of 3 days.
I think that it probably has started to set in for especially those high-minute players. You know, O'Donnell, Dow. Those are players that day in and day out are getting almost 90 minutes a game probably. So it's starting to set in. Obviously halftime they get a breather and probably build their energy up, especially after letting a goal in that last second. But to me it looks like it already has started to set in a little bit, which is typical.
Cal with possession on the Sooner side. Fong dribbling right into the center of the field. Trying to funnel one ahead to the running Miranda Niled, but McKinley Crone alertly pops out of her goal box to scoop it off the ground. Red Carpet Charters brings you this look at upcoming Sooner athletic events. Red Carpet Charters, the official motor coach carrier of Oklahoma Athletics. Sooner Volleyball will host the Nike Invitational this coming weekend. Northwestern State and Texas A&M both on Friday in the home opener for the Sooners. And then Kansas State on the 21st in Big 12 conference play. Football is at Iowa State next weekend, and that back home to host Army on September the 22nd. Golden Bears bearing down on the Sooner goal. Jordan Hobart has to kick one out of bounds to save an attack by Emma Weston. It'll be another Golden Bears corner kick, their 5th of the afternoon. Sooners have yet to take one. And Cal scored off a corner kick at the end of the opening half. Miranda Niled will take this one. Niled from the far post.
Just watch the ball.
Golden Bears put an extra attacker inside the Sooner goal box. Nile drives this one right into the middle of the goal box. Punched into the air by Crone, out of traffic. And now McMahon comes sweeping in to clear it for the Sooners. It's an Oklahoma attack, and they have numbers. It's 4-on-3 right now. O'Donnell on the right flank as Cal circles back defensively, and that was defended nicely by Emily Smith. Emily Smith, the player, missed last weekend. Didn't play Friday night at Oklahoma State either for Cal, but she was on the Pac-12 all-freshman team a year ago, and she has spent time with both the under-18 and under-19 U.S. women's national teams. So this is an important player in the grand scheme of things for Cal. Here comes Fong on the run across midfield. She maintains possession. Now drops it back for Niled. Niled approaching the Sooner 18 box. Has an open attacker on the right wing. It's centered up and a shot and a score by Niled, who got the return pass. It's 2-1 Cal.
You know, to be honest, in that play, that was really good offense, a really good offensive play by Cal there. And, you know, although the Sooners looked a little bit flat, they didn't look totally unorganized. The player here actually slips the ball between the two defenders, Hobart and Ledbetter. And then so strategically, the Cal player, instead of taking a shot, she slides it back across the goal. And the Sooners were not marked, but that was also just really good offense. And sometimes good offense beats good defending.
You're right. Those were two excellent touches. First by Niled, and then the return pass by Emma Weston, who gets the assist. So Niled scores, and the Golden Bears have the lead for the first time. It's 2-1. Miranda Niled scored against the Sooners a year ago, scores against them again. It's her 11th career goal, her second this season. And credit the assist to Emma Weston. So the Golden Bears have scored the last 2 goals after the Sooners had a 1-0 lead. And it's Oklahoma trying to find the equalizer here in the final 30 minutes. Dangerous ball rolling back toward the Cal 18 box. Golden Bears are able to clear it and start organization. Mateer to Mia Corbin. Havala steals a pass at midfield, works the ball down the left sideline. Haley Davidson trying to get there for the Sooners, but first to reach it was Sydney Collins. Sydney Collins has played the most minutes on this Cal team. Neil McGuire was telling us how important that the freshman from Beaverton, Oregon has been, Sydney Collins, especially because of the injury to Emily Smith. Their thought was, if we've got Emily Smith on the back line, the veteran, then it's a little easier to play all these freshmen. And Smith has been out, and that's put more pressure on Sydney Collins, who's been up to it for Cal.
That's really difficult. In the back line, you always want to have kind of a center back or outside back or someone along the back line who is an experienced upperclassman type player. And obviously the Sooners have that, and that's in the form of both Welch and Hobart and even O'Donnell back there at times. But that's hard. They do need that anchor player. So a good job by Collins to step in and be that.
Sooners insert some fresh legs and shift things around a little bit. Olivia Smith runs to a ball on the right side at midfield. Tries to work it forward for Davidson. It headed right back to Smith. She finds Davidson. It's cleared out to midfield. Paige Welch driving one toward O'Donnell, but cleared by Emily Smith of Cal out of bounds at midfield. 27.5 minutes remaining. Sooners looking to equalize this game. O'Donnell turns to her right, plays a ball deep toward the end line. Megan Riley trying to run to it, and she collides with Collins. It's out of bounds off the Sooners. And now it will be Lauren Tovey entering the lineup for the Sooners. Haley Davidson goes to the bench. Cal will shift a couple of their forwards as well, as Abby Kim and Paige Mateer switch sides of the field. Caroline Clark for Cal, trying to send it forward, and Paige Welch kicks it out of bounds for the Sooners. Paige Thompson enters the game for Oklahoma as well. Freshman from Katy, Texas. So many of these freshmen that have had to come in and play immediately and have contributed nicely. Paige Thompson and Haley Davidson been a big part of things, and Megan Riley and Olivia Smith as well. Thompson had it at midfield, taken from her. Cal attack begins. Ellie Lindlob. Kaylee Dow takes it for the Sooners at midfield. Trying to find O'Donnell on the other end of a pass. It rolls all the way back into the arms of the keeper, Zodikov. Cal possession on the Sooner side. Jordan Elliott lost it and went down. Comes to Paige Welch. Welch working it forward, but nobody home on the other end of the pass. Luca Deza surrounded by a pair of Sooners who take it away from her. Olivia Smith got it. And now O'Donnell gets into an entanglement with Sydney Collins. The ball is out of bounds off of Collins.
A good ball into the feet of O'Donnell there by Smith. The Sooners are struggling a little bit right now, just trying to keep possession and move the ball forward. They're definitely struggling in the attacking half with possession and connecting that last pass. But Smith has been really connecting passes all day, and so she's really been a good example that the Sooners have.
Welch up the right flank for Thompson. Thompson drives one up the right side into the corner toward Megan Riley. Riley has it wrestled from her, but back in to steal it comes Dow. Dow top of the 18 box. A low rolling shot right in front of the goal box and scooped up by Zodikov.
And I like the idea of Dow to just shoot the ball there. It obviously didn't come off her foot as she planned, but haven't been too many shots in this second half. And Dow is someone who I'd like to see take more shots just because she is such a powerful player.
Dow has it at midfield for the Sooners. Looking at right side to Thompson. Paige Thompson. It's cut off by a couple of defenders. It pops out to Tovey. Tovey restarts the Sooner attack. Splits two defenders on the right flank. Tovey on the run. And the ball ricochets out of bounds on the end line off of Tovey. Tovey scored for the Sooners in their 4-1 win over San Francisco back on Friday. Playing some limited minutes this afternoon. Goal kick upcoming for Zodikov, the freshman from Concord, California. Stolen by Dow at midfield. Dow drives one from outside the 18 box. One hopper. It got away from Zodikov, but she sprawls out on top of it. Seeing a more aggressive Kaylee Dow now. And
I think she's recognized that that's what the team needs right now. I think she knows that she's a player that needs to be getting more shots off. She had a huge night Friday night, and she, played every game all season long. Lots of minutes are logged, but this is a time, I think, where the team needs her especially stepping up and getting shots off and just being kind of that spark that it looks like the girls need right now.
Erica Yost has it trapped in the far corner. Wiggles out of that. Sends it toward the top of the 18 box, but no Sooner is there, and Mia Corbin clears it for Cal.
And with that being said about Dow taking shots, that also means the Sooner players around her need to be crashing the goal. If you remember the last shot she just took, the goalie fumbled it with it a little bit, and there needs to be a player expecting that and jumping on that if that happens.
Well, one area where Cal really excels is they do not give up free kicks and corner kicks. They are clean. And that's an area where you frequently see Kaylee Dow get involved for the Sooners off corners and set pieces. That has not been a part of things today.
Right, and so she's really probably having to deal with adjusting to that because it has been different not seeing OU take a corner kick in this game. And both McMahon and Dow have such a presence on those set pieces. So they're just going to have to find other ways to get involved and maybe try to draw a couple of fouls in the attacking half.
Zodikov back in her goal box. O'Donnell bears down on her. Zodikov gets one away, but the Sooners intercept the pass. Yost on the left flank. Yost trying to turn, but she's surrounded, and the ball is cleared out of bounds by the Golden Bears. Well, you can see a little bit of fatigue setting in on some of these players.
You definitely can, but I do think that the Sooners have started to establish possession in the attacking half a little bit better now. They just need to keep working on that movement. There is definitely a lack of movement going on.
One driven in toward the head of Dow, who couldn't quite reach it, and it rolls out of bounds. There's a rare opportunity for Kaylee Dow right in front of the goal box. Yost created it.
Right, a great opportunity for both players, and even Tovey was on the back post there. I think Tovey should have been a little bit further away from Dow. She needs to really kind of make her run a little bit more rounded so that she's closing that back post instead of coming at it straight on.
Goal kick. Struck by Zodikoff toward midfield. Sooners regroup defensively. Elliott with a nice touch. Back toward Mateer, who attacks on the left flank. Mateer bumped into and defended nicely there by Paige Thompson. But Cal's going to get another corner kick out of this. It'll be their 6th of the game. They scored a goal off a corner kick in the first half.
Away!
So the corner comes from the near post. Mia Corbett, junior from Maple Valley, Washington, will take it. Strikes it right over the top of the goal. Crone came out, got a fist on it, I believe, or did she? She did, and it rolls out of bounds. Another corner coming for Cal.
Away! Away!
Let's see Crone communicating with her defenders. And just did get a finger on it. So a corner from the other side, again, taken by Mia Corbin.
Let's go. If it goes out wide, go there.
Right in front of the Sooner goal box, and out comes Crone to grab it out of the sky and clear everyone. McKinley Crone, the Big 12 leader in saves, 4 more for her today, and 38 on the season for the Sooner keeper. Foul at midfield. This will be against Corbin. That's only the 3rd foul whistled against Cal. We had one in the first half in the Sooner goal box that probably, or I should say in the Cal goal box, that might have created a penalty kick situation for the Sooners, but it was not called. So Crone comes all the way across midfield to take this free kick. McKinley Crone drives it toward the goal box of Cal. Tovey trying to go up and get her head on it, but it's cleared by the Golden Bears. Out it comes toward Havala, but it's stolen from her by Elliott. Elliott counterattacking. Elliott drops it into the midfield for Deza. Deza. Right flank now. Weston trying to cross over on her defender. Plays it toward the foot of Deza. Deza circles, drops it out high. A shot by Weston is speared. It goes off the foot of Lindblom, and we will have offsides called.
But really a dangerous opportunity for Cal, and the Sooner defense is going to have to wake up a little bit. They got really lucky with that offsides call because I don't really think anyone knew she was even over there. And then, this Cal player taking the shot, great shot, and no one's on her. I mean, there's 3 players around her, but there's no one on her. So Sooners going to have to pick up, pay better attention to the details, and get marked.
It was Lindenlob who got the goal that was disallowed because she was offside, but a great shot taken by Weston with nobody on her, as you said, Molly. And that was a wonderful save by Crone again, sprawling out. That will go unnoticed somewhat in the grand scheme of things, but it was a nice save by McKinley Crone.
Right, and you've got to expect Crone as a defender, as a Sooner defense, you have to expect Crone to make those saves, and you also have to expect the ball to be bouncing out. And so you've got to be ready to hop on that ball. And to me, it didn't look like the Sooner defense was ready to do that.
Paige Welch sends it to Tovey at midfield. Tovey attacks up the right side. Finds O'Donnell deep toward the right corner. O'Donnell stops, starts, taken away by Emily Smith, and sent out of bounds by Smith for a Sooner throw-in.
Good composure.
We've got timeout and a stoppage of the clock by the referee Lance Van Heetsma. Hope you've been to see the Sooners at Gaylord Family Memorial Stadium. 2 games down and a 2-0 start for Lincoln Riley's team. Football tickets are available. You can experience the 2018 season in premium style. Secure your club seats for this season by calling the Sooner Club today at 405-325-8000. Another win over UCLA yesterday. And the Sooners are back home. They'll go to Ames, Iowa next Saturday, and then it's Army 1 week from yesterday, or 2 weeks from yesterday, I should say. Off the Sooner throw-in. Ball rolling around in the 18 box. Tovey tried to get a shot away with her left foot, but it's deflected. And then a Sooner foul call on Tovey.
Turn out.
15:45 remaining second half. It's 2-1 Cal on top. Sooners got the initial goal in the 29th minute by Haley Davidson. But Cal, with 1 second left in the first half, got a goal by Emma Treasure. And here in the second half, in the 61st minute, Miranda Niled, assisted by Emma Watson, able to score to give Cal the advantage. Cal controls. Elliott has it worked away from her by Welch. Back to the keeper, McKinley Crone again. And Tovey can't handle a pass near midfield. It's out of bounds off of the Sooner freshman. Looks like we'll have substitutions coming on for both sides here. Sooners are going to get Emma Ledbetter back in. For Cal, Miranda Niled, who scored the go-ahead goal, is in. And more substitutes. Kayla Fong will return for Cal as Mia Corbin exits. And as Ledbetter comes in for the Sooners, it'll be Lauren Havala going off. You see Paige Mateer returns for Cal. And time just ticking off the clock as these substitutions occur one by one. Abby Kim runs out there for the Golden Bears as well.
Interesting to see Ledbetter. She's coming in actually as kind of a holding center mid position instead of coming in as an outside back player. That just again speaks to the versatility that Ledbetter has as a player.
Sooners have to clear a ball out of bounds on their end line, so the Golden Bears, Miranda Niled, will get a corner kick from the near post. Niled drives it high inside the Sooner goal box. Crone came out to try to punch it away. Instead, O'Donnell clears it with her left foot. Kaylee Dow is down and holding her head back inside the Sooner goal box after the collision. And they're calling for trainers to come out and look at Dow.
And Crone, though, again, on that corner kick, I think she's had maybe 3 different corner kicks where she's come out and really had several good. She's punched the ball out really well today.
So they will send both teams off to their respective sides. We get a look at a replay. Looked like just a collision there with Kohler, who was going up to try to head the ball. She collided with Dow. So as they attend to Kaylee Dow, 2 teams get a chance to get a breather here as well. Fans with some jackets and warmer weather, or cooler weather gear, I should say.
You can definitely get away with wearing a jacket today. It is chilly.
I think if you wear a jacket, though, you're admitting that you're chilly at this stage, and I'm not ready to yet.
Well, I'm ready to admit that I am ready for this fall weather.
No
and
thanks.
to be able to wear a jacket.
I'll be begging for 95 degrees here in about a week again.
That's crazy.
Still have a few RVs parked over in the parking lot at the Lloyd Noble Center. I think maybe they're starting to finally drive away. They come in on Friday night, stay for the football game on Saturday, and roll out on Sunday after watching a little soccer. So the two coaches are huddled up with their respective sides. Give me what you think the perspective of both Neil McGuire on the Cal side and Matt Potter on the Sooner bench would be telling their teams right now.
Well, I think McGuire has to be really happy with his team at this point. I mean, the fact that they scored a goal in the last couple of seconds going into halftime to even up the score, I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's nothing he should be that's nothing but praise for for the Cal team. So I think he's probably just telling them to keep doing what they're doing. They've got to eliminate the mistakes that they're making, though, in the back line. If you've noticed, they've made several kind of self-inflicted mistakes back there, so they want to kind of clean that up a little bit. And then Coach Potter, he's got to say something, find something to get the girls kind of a little bit more pep in their step. It's looking slow. It looks like the movement is lacking off of the ball, and the passes aren't connecting as well as they were in the first half.
And they will have to play on now without their best player, Kaylee Dow, who is off after that collision in front of the goal box. And Matt Potter not happy with the referee's decision. I don't know who exactly it is that has sent Kaylee Dow off. And I think they're going to sub her right back in is what's going to happen. But you do lose a substitution.
Right, and Kaylee Dow, really, though, she's not someone you can afford to have off the field right now. She's had the last couple of shots on goal for the Sooners, and she's kind of carrying that load as well as defending well. So definitely a player that the Sooners want to keep on the field.
So she comes out, reports back over to the scoring table, and it looks like Rivas and also Davidson will return for the Sooners. 13:28 remaining. And Cal will just kick the ball out of bounds, as is courtesy. So they'll kick it out of bounds. The Sooners will get a goal kick, and now the substitution will happen. Just part of the sportsmanship of soccer when a player is injured.
Right, and this is definitely a trio of players I would want to be bringing in right now. Well, Dow, I guess, doesn't count because she was already in, but Davidson and Rivas, two strong attacking players, and I think they're probably going to sit out. I know Davidson will sit out on the flanks, and Rivas tends to stay more centrally, which is where she's so good at. She gets the ball central, and she turns really quick, and she gets those shots off, whereas Davidson likes to attack the flanks. So a good group of girls to bring in for the Sooners.
As we resume play, let's check in over on the sideline now with Meg. Meg?
Yeah, Coach Potter really telling his players they have to find a way to get back into this game. No silly fouls, and really pulling these individual players over to talk to them about schemes, being very calm, being very quiet, but talking to Kaylee Dow, Rivas, and Davidson about what they need to do to get back into this game. All
right, thank you, Meg. And sending the fresh legs back in there as well should give them a boost. A Cal throw-in coming. Almost in the corner here on the Sooner end. Abina Adu will take it. Does it all the way into the Sooner 18 box where it's cleared by Paige Welch out toward midfield.
And great pressure applied by O'Donnell there. That's kind of what the Sooners need. Whenever this defense gets the ball, I would like to see the Sooners apply more pressure to them because they do have a tendency, and especially being as young as they are, they have a tendency to make these kinds of mistakes. So might as well put as much pressure as you can on them in the last 11 minutes of the game.
Erica Yost cannot find the footing on a ball on the left sideline that was sent her way by Dow. It'll be a Cal throw-in. And now the Golden Bears in a position where they'll take as much time on these throw-ins and stoppages as possible. Rivas comes up to steal a ball away for the Sooners. Ledbetter tries to organize. Now Smith tracks the ball down near midfield for the Sooners. But swooping in comes Weston for Cal to start the attack. Weston up the right flank, centers the ball up toward the 18 box, but it's cleared by the Sooners. Sent away by Thompson, out of bounds. 10:45 left here in regulation. 2-1, Cal leads it. Golden Bears have lost 2 straight, trying to get back on track. Sooners won here on Friday against San Francisco, so trying to make it 2 wins in a row. Dow at midfield. Shoots a ball behind the running Haley Davidson, and it goes out of bounds.
But that's the kind of opportunity that Dow is looking for. Switching the sides of the field like that, kind of finding that wide player where there's not as much pressure. That was a good opportunity. She just kind of hits the ball, and at the same time, Davidson needs to be positioned a little bit wider so that she can handle that ball.
And speaking of handle it, there's a handball against Anya Kohler. And the Sooners will get a free kick. Crone is going to jog all the way out of the goal to within about, what would you say, Molly, 40 yards of the opposing goal.
It just makes me a little bit nervous.
I am a little nervous. I would be as well.
There's a Cal player on the field that's closer to her goal than Crone is.
There actually,
a little bit. Ooh.
Man, there was a header by the side of the goal by Jordan Hobart, flying with little regard for her own safety toward the far post. And Crone really just drove that ball all the way out of bounds. Kicked it too hard.
I think she was a little bit too powerful there. But a great aggressive, and I love to see this by Jordan Hobart when she gets active in the box. She really goes for it, and I like this header there. It kind of sets a tone for the last 10 minutes of the game.
And that's where we are. Sooners trying to get an equalizing goal, but Cal has been oh so stingy with those today. Paige Thompson has her pass stolen by the Golden Bears' Emma Treasure, who scored the tying goal right before halftime. Treasure centers a ball up to the foot of Nile, who also has a goal today. Nile finds the foot of Fong. Bears connecting the dots right now. A nice ball played in for Nile up the left flank. She sends it across. It goes right behind Kim, and the Sooners clear it. Golden Bears, though, retake possession. They're starting to put the clamps on this one, you can tell. Near the Sooner 18 box, it's Kim coming out of the pack with the ball. Cal keeping possession. And whittling a minute off the clock while doing so here. Top of the 18 box goes the ball. Nobody's home for the Golden Bears. Haley Davidson sprints the other way for the Sooners, but as it cleared off of her foot, out of bounds by Kohler. Davidson just had that a little too far out in front. Kohler aggressively sent it out of bounds. The throw in comes toward Dow. Dow able to wrestle that free from Kohler. Dow works it across the top of the 18 box, intercepted by the Golden Bears, but Paige Welch swoops in, steals it, finds the foot of Yost. Yost pass for Rivas is stolen and cleared out of bounds by Mateer. We approach 7 minutes remaining. It's 2-1 Cal here in the second half. Paige Welch sends one toward the Cal 18 box. Cleared briefly. Ledbetter comes back to get it for the Sooners. Deep into the right corner for Davidson. And it's knocked out of bounds on the end line. And the Sooners will get their first corner kick of the day from the near post with under 7 minutes remaining. May not get many chances.
This might be one of the last biggest chances that the Sooners have at the goal. And a lot of good players are in. Dow in the box looking for that header, and Paige Welch as well.
Yost will take it for the Sooners from the near post. The corner kick, first of the day. Yost sends it high in front of the goal. Dow got her head on it. High into the sky it goes, down to the foot of Davidson, who strikes, and it deflects out of bounds off the Bears again. The Sooners get another corner kick.
12, watch the shot, 12, number 12. Everyone just watch the top of the box.
Yost will take it again.
No, Cindy said.
Erica Yost, left-footed try. Out in front of the goal box, all the way across toward O'Donnell. O'Donnell works it back in. Hobart trying to get her foot on it. It comes down to Emily Smith, who clears it out of bounds for Cal. All around the goal box, but no effective tries for the Sooners. Credit the Cal defenders, led by Emily Smith.
The Cal defenders have held strong in this second half, and a lot of credit to them. There's freshmen back there that are really having good games today.
Sooners return Megan Riley to the lineup and throw it in to the foot of Ledbetter. Ledbetter drives one into the 18 box. It deflects out. Running in, Thompson tries a shot that sails way left of the goal, out of bounds. 5 minutes and counting here in regulation. Sooners put the pressure on, but really didn't get anything effective on goal there.
No, but I like the idea of Paige to have a shot at it, but you do have to understand that your shots at goal right now are limited. And although it was a good decision, you got to make sure you're getting your body over the ball, and you want to at least put it on goal so that there's an opportunity for other players to follow through on it.
And every time you do so and it goes out of bounds, a little more time ticks off of that clock. Ball rolls out of bounds on the near side. Sooners will get a throw in deep in Cal territory. 4:30 remaining. Throw in comes to Rivas, who turns left. Rivas to the top of the 18 box. Works around two defenders, splits another, drives it across, and it's out of bounds on the right side of the goal.
And Rivas didn't want any help on that situation there. I liked the idea of Haley Davidson, though. She kind of goes wide and gives Rivas an outlet if she wanted it. But Rivas, the player she is, with the mindset that she has, she wanted to take a shot for herself.
Rivas hasn't had many chances today after scoring 2 goals against San Francisco back on Friday. Under 4 minutes remaining. 2-1 Cal on top. Smith tracks down a ball back in the Sooner end and leaves it back to the keeper, Crone. Crone driving one to the Cal side. Pinballing around now to the foot of Dow, who initiates. Dow trying to split defenders, then loses it off of her foot. Cleared out to midfield off the hip of Paige Thompson. It deflects to Nilde of Cal. And Thompson kicks it away from her, but it goes out of bounds. And they say a Cal foul. That will be against Nilde. The Sooner free kick coming. Little hip check by Nilde. We approach 3 minutes left. Crone will take the free kick from her own end of the field. Crone hits this one nicely toward the Cal 18 box. Down it comes to Davidson on the right side. Davidson gets a deflection, sends it across. Welch, left-footed, couldn't get a shot away, and the Golden Bears clear it again. 2:30 remaining. Paige Thompson to throw it in, deep in Cal territory. And it comes to Rivas toward the corner. And she tried to circle and send it across, but it went off of her foot and out of bounds. 2:20 remaining. And now Amanda Zodikoff can take plenty of time before striking this goal kick. We're at 2 minutes left by the time this ball lands. Kept inbounds by Kohler. Out to midfield it comes. Abby Kim starts a Cal attack. Kim then went offside. Sprinted past Sooner defenders. And with 1:40 left, Oklahoma with a heightened state of urgency. Crone will take a free kick. Driving it toward the Cal end. O'Donnell heads it forward. Running toward it comes Riley. But Riley can't reach it. And it's kicked out by the Golden Bears with 1:20 left.
14 and 5. 14 and 5.
Sooners a quick throw in. It finds the foot of O'Donnell. O'Donnell works it to the 18 box. Out it comes. A strike by Ledbetter soars way over the top of the goal. 1:05 left. Desperate times for Oklahoma. Credit the Cal defense once again. Ledbetter just hit that one way over the top.
And really the difference to me right now as far as the Sooner attack goes, it just looks like Cal is just finding their way to the ball quicker than the Sooners are at this point.
Dow has it on her foot. Lifts one deep into the right corner. Haley Davidson runs to it. Sends it across in front of the goal box. A header over the goal by the Sooners' Christina O'Donnell. But do we have a foul call?
I think he is calling a corner kick.
Touched by a Golden Bear. 20 seconds left. The Sooners with one final gasp on a corner from the near post, as O'Donnell couldn't quite get her head on it. The corner comes out to the top of the 18 box. O'Donnell trying to swipe at it. Ledbetter a try over the top of the goal with 5 seconds remaining. And that's going to do it. Ledbetter got one final shot away, but Cal hangs on for a 2-1 win, scoring the final 2 goals of the day. The Sooners a last gasp there at the end of regulation. Had 2 tries, a header by O'Donnell and the left-footed swipe by Ledbetter, but neither landed, and the Golden Bears escape Norman with a 2-1 win. Let's look again, Molly.
And really, it was a good opportunity for the Sooners, and a good job by Olivia Smith to get her foot on it. And you have to give some credit to Ledbetter for being in the position that she was to get a shot on goal, just not what she was looking for.
Matt Potter's Sooners fall 2-1 today. They got an initial goal in the 29th minute by Haley Davidson. But with 1 second left in the opening half, Emma Treasure got her first career goal for Cal. It was the equalizer, and the game winner came in the 61st minute from Miranda Nilde, assisted by Emma Weston. 2-1 is the final. The Golden Bears win it. We're back to wrap things up from Norman in just a moment. You're watching Sooner Soccer, presented by Bud Light. Comes to Norman and wins it 2-1 today. Your final stats are presented by Taco Mayo, fresh ingredients built to order. Sooners outshoot the Golden Bears 13-9. Cal puts 7 shots on goal, 5 saves for each keeper. Sooners committed more fouls. Cal does not foul much. You do not get many corner or free kick opportunities. How important was that today, Molly?
That was really important, because free kicks and set pieces, that's been a really big part of the Sooners game. And so they didn't quite make the adjustments that they needed to make in order to improve on their attacking game today with the lack of free kicks being taken.
The Sooners got on the board first, and it was our Love's Travel Stops play of the match. Love's Travel Stops, clean places, friendly faces. Just a great touch right here. The Sooners able to organize. Kaylee Dow kind of starts it. Marissa McMahon looked like she got her heel on it, but she didn't. It cleared to Haley Davidson, who got her 3rd goal of the season.
And such a creative play by Marissa McMahon there. And then just for Davidson to have the composure to finish was great execution.
5 saves once again today for McKinley Crone. Emma Treasure at the end of the first half, though, was able to put Cal on the board. It came off this corner kick. About 1 second was left in the opening half when the Golden Bears scored, and Treasure gets her first career goal. That tied the game at 1 apiece, headed to the intermission. McKinley Crone, though, good in goal, keeping the Sooners in this game. And then it was Miranda Nilde. Nice little give and go, basically. Nilde to Emma Weston, who returned it to Nilde, and that was the game winner. Cal able to make that hold up over the final 29 minutes of this one. They secure a 2-1 win over the Sooners. So Cal improves to 4-3-0 on the season. Sooners fall to 2-4-1. And here is the road ahead for Oklahoma, presented by your Central Oklahoma Buick GMC dealers. We are professional grade. On the road for 4 straight, out to Utah to face Utah on Friday and Utah Valley next Sunday. And then up to the Sunflower State for at the start of Big 12 conference play. Jayhawks on the 21st, and then to Manhattan to face the Kansas State Wildcats on the 23rd. Next home match will be when Texas Tech comes to town on the 28th for Big 12 conference action. So the Sooners can't get a 2-game winning streak after beating San Francisco here in Norman on Friday night. Cal comes from behind to win this one. 2-1 was your final score. Thanks so much to Meg McDonald down on the sidelines, and to our great Sooner Sports TV crew braving the elements, fighting through the rain this weekend here in Norman to bring you all the pictures from John Crane Field. For my partner, Molly Ritchie, I'm Chad McKee. The final score for the final time, Cal wins it 2-1 over the Sooners. We'll talk to you next time, Sooner Nation.